we're here live, fabulous Las Vegas, Go Live Studios. This is Full Tilt Vegas. I have a special guest. His name is Cliff. He's a former professional gambler. Cliff, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Cliff Nichols. I'm a Las Vegas resident. I'm not born here, but live here now, and I've been in and out of Vegas for about 20 years, and I spent a period of my life. One of the times I came to Vegas, I survived off gambling. I say survived. My gambling was pretty much on that level, but it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and I became a big fan of Richard's, and he invited me on, so I got lucky. I mean, you can imagine that. Otherwise, I don't currently gamble now and anymore, but I do appreciate the mathematics, the statistics that of the game, and like any other game. But this particular game is very, very, very much mathematical, and Richard seems to be able to crunch those numbers, and I'm at awe with his ability. So that's it.
Thanks. Yeah. It took me 2 months to memorize all the ratios and percentages on all the numbers, all the bets, craps, blackjack, and roulette. But then I had to go back every 2 days to keep them memorized for probably the next 2 months. Wow. Because all these numbers, like especially on a crap table, was the hardest. I can pick one number on the board. It's 4 through 10, and even though it's the number is, say the number is 10, this number, all the ratios are the same, but the percentages change because it's a different bet. It might be the same number, but it's a different bet. I'll give you an example. That's why I brought my stick. Let's say the 10. Now, say somebody wants to place, it's called a put. Anything after the point, say you're playing, it doesn't matter the don't or the pass line. Anything after they throw the dice, okay, and say the point is 5. Now, any bet you make after is called a put bet. So say you want to put, that's exactly what people say, let me put $5 on the 10. It doesn't matter. That's called a put bet. So now that bet that they're making, this is really strange because in order for them to win, if the point is 5, this bet, if they put a pass line, they have to throw a 5 to win this bet. But if they take a 10, and say they put 5, say it's a $5 game, they put $5 here. Now they have two numbers working for them, the 5 and the 10. Okay, the 5 is a little easier to throw because the percentage and ratio is better, and I'll explain that. But to throw this, the house percentage,
you always get 2 5s.
In the long run is 6.67% to in the casinos when they make money in the long run for this point. But if you want to throw this, because you're covering the 5 and 10, to throw this is 8.33%. So it's the same number, but the percentage is different because you're trying to throw that number. So it's when you have a set of dice and you throw it, you're looking for 8.33%. What you got against you is the 7, which, let's see, we don't even have it. The 7 is 16.67%, and the dice are set up. I showed this in a lot of my episodes. You can see the ace and the 6. Let me use that one up there. Which one, Aaron? This one? I usually use this one. You see the 7.
Right.
Okay. If you turn them, there's another 7. If you turn them, it's a 7. You turn them, it's a 7. You open it up, it's a 7. You look at the back. It's a deuce and a 5. It's 7. The dice are set up for 7. So if you ever wonder why 7 comes out the most, it's because the dice are actually, they were set up for the number 7 to come up, and anything after the percentage after 16.67%, it'll the next one would be the 6 and 8. That's why the 6 and 8 come up the most. Go ahead.
I got a question for you. So the way the game works is that somebody throws the dice once, and they'll have a number. It comes with a number, right? And that's the number over here.
Okay, whatever number they throw, say like I said, they throw the dice and 5 comes up.
Okay.
Okay, the puck the bet here, the puck goes here.
Okay.
Let me see. Since I already had all this, I already had this. Let me use this one. Okay, it's on. See if that sticks. That's on. That means that when they're throwing the dice, they have, in order to win this bet here, and odds, if they take odds, they have to throw. Well, I put it on the board. Wow, that really sticks. Okay, they have to throw the dice. They had another 5 to win this bet.
That's the pass line.
That's the pass line. But so the original throw that they threw, and they hit a 5, they have to win another, throw the dice again, they hit a 5. But what they got against them is the 7, which is 16.67%. This is the 5 and 9, they're 11.11%.
Got it.
To hit that. So you can see it's below 16.67%. This is 13.89%.
Okay.
So it goes here, and this is the hardest one. The 4 and 10 are the hardest to hit, 8.33%. So now you can get somebody that shoots. Yeah, they shoot, but in the long run, the percentage of 7 will come up more than any other point. Because you can get people that they just shoot, but the dice are set up for 7 out. So what you do, you would play. I don't want to get too far into it, but so you play the don't. So, but that's basically the if you want to learn craps, all you got to remember when you get 2 sets of dice, you get 2 dice. When your first throw, you want a 7, and they give you the 11. So if you look at percentage-wise, it's 22.23% to throw a 7 and 11. You got them both. And so what you got against you is on the come out 2, 3, and 12, which is 11.12% to lose. And anything else, like you made a point, this is 66.66% to make a point. You'd think it'd come out more because it's so high. No, because the dice are set up for 7 to come out.
Right.
So once you get a point, now 7's your enemy. It doesn't matter about the 11, but 7 is your enemy. And the other thing, I don't think I told this on any of my shows, but each one of these numbers, they have a percentage. That's a total percentage to throw it. Like there's 5 ways to throw this.
Right.
4 ways to throw the 4-9, and 3 ways to throw this. So each one of these has a percentage per each time you can throw it.
But the payout's the same?
The pass line?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what number you talk about up there, the bet is still on the pass line, right?
Well, wherever the
it.
puck is at,
Okay.
you have to make that point to win this.
Got it.
It
Okay,
doesn't
got it,
matter
got it.
where this
Got
is
it.
at. It's always
Right.
this bet.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you have for each 7, each one of those 7s I showed you it's 2.77833333. If you add that up 6 times, it comes to 16.67%. So all these numbers have the same. Let me see, the 4 and 10. This one is 2.7. This is weird. 2.77666666, and then a 7. That is a percentage to throw one of the 4s. There's
Right.
3. There's 3 4s and there's 3 10s. But if you add that up, this comes at 8.33%. Each one of these numbers has a starting percentage to throw each, because there's 5 ways to throw this and the 8. So there's
Gotcha.
5 percentages
Gotcha.
to throw one of the 6s. But if you add them up, it comes at 13.89%.
So it's better to say bet if somebody throws a 10, your percentages are better for winning if you were betting the pass line, right?
No. Actually, a lot of people that I know don't like betting the 4 and 10 because they know that is hard to come up. Okay, now
Okay.
percentages. Usually when I do the casino games in California, because I still deal there, I don't talk to people about percent. I tell them about ratios, because
Okay.
ratios are real easy to remember. So the ratio of this 4 and 10 are 6 for the casino and only 3 for you. So you can see 6-3 in the casino's favor. That's why in my book I
Right.
say, they say the house has no advantage on the odds. I go, yes, they do. If you have a bet here on a pass line, it's 1.41%. So every time, if you bet $5, for every $5 you bet, in the long run, the casino keeps 7 cents. So if you bet here, now you're taking odds on 4 and 10. Yeah, they don't have an advantage on the payout, which is the truth.
Right.
They don't have that, but they have the advantage of you got to hit it first.
And it's stacked against you as well, so the
Six-
chances are a lot less. So you don't want to really bet those with big money, right?
Well, you can because it doesn't matter. Yes, if some people do stay away from the 4 and 10, but it pays the most. The further out, the more it pays. The further in, the more it comes up. So it just okay. The other thing about craps, now you've probably seen this, right? You see this side and that side, they're the same. You got
Okay.
on a regular crap table, there's 8 per side. So you
Okay.
got 8 people on this side,
Okay.
8 people on that side.
Okay.
So don't worry. You're looking at the
okay.
whole thing. You only have to learn half.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I
So
appreciate
this
that.
is the same thing. When I learned these percentages and ratios, I only had to learn 3, the 4, 5, and 6, because these are the same. 6, 9, 10. They're the same as those. So I only had to learn.
Okay, gotcha.
half.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Got it.
have to know that, but if you did,
Okay.
you'd find out why you're not winning it, because the
Okay.
percentage is against you.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
So just 3 variables right there. Then I see it now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If anybody has any questions for me or Cliff or anything about craps, you can call that number. It's 855 4321. But yeah, craps. A lot of people are really scared of craps, but you know what? Once you learn, I know a lot of people that used to play like slot machines, blackjack, roulette. You know what they do? Oh, I'm going to go play craps, because there's a lot of bets you can make that you don't have to make a lot of these bets. There's bets that you can make that are the safest, and they might pay the least amount, but you had a better chance of winning.
What you just taught me just now is just a little demonstration that I would be comfortable betting at the craps table just with that alone. You know, I know that if so the first throw, if you hit a 7 or 11, you win, right?
And when there's no point, it's called the come out roll. 7-11 you win, 2-3 12 you lose, and you make a point, it goes to the point, and that's where you try to hit that point. Now, what I tell people in the beginning, you always play 6 and 8. No matter, these
Okay.
are the first 2 numbers you play. So you bet if it's a $5 table, you would put $6 and $6, because that's a starting increment. $6. You can play 5, but if you put 5 here and 6 on it, you're going to win $5. If you put 6, you'll win 7. But in my book, I show you something about that. That's really weird. I don't think I'm going to get into it here, but these 2 numbers are some of the strangest numbers on this game, because you can buy all the numbers. Don't buy the 6 and 8, because you'll actually break out even. You won't win nothing.
Okay.
But yeah, once you make a point, whatever your point is, don't matter. You got to make that point, and this is the bet here.
Right.
Now the opposite of that is, say somebody's playing it says it's over here. Where's it at? Yeah, the don't pass. The don't pass here. They're playing with the casino.
Okay.
They're actually casino. But the thing is about that, these when you make this bet, if it's a flat bet, that's good. But if you start taking odds, that's a no-no. And I show you in the book why. Instead of me getting out the chips and showing you, I can show you this really quick. Say the point is 10. The point is 10. And besides, you have to make this bet before. You can't make this after. You can do the don't come after, but you have to bet.
Oh wow.
This bet and well, actually you can make this bet after too, but in the beginning, before any point, you have to make this bet. You can't make this bet after, because the ratio and percentage is your favor to win it.
Okay.
So if you make $100, say you're going to bet $100, and you put 100 here. Okay, you already know you're going to bet odds. Okay, it's still called true odds, but it pays the reverse of true odds. The lay bet, the lay against the point, and you don't know what the point is yet. Okay, so you already know you as a player are going to bet. Let's just say you're going to bet 200, lay against it. Okay, so if you put 100 here, and the point becomes, it doesn't matter, 4 or 10. That's the other thing you remember. If the ratio's the same,
right.
the percentage is the same. So if the point becomes 10, actually, if you hit a 4 and 10, you're better off hitting that, because it's 63 in your favor. You winning that, not the pass line. So now, if you put a 100 here and 200 lay against it, you put 200 here and 100 here, that's $300. If 7 comes out, you win this bet. The pass line better,
Right.
they lose. But guess what? On your flat bet, you'll win 100. But the 200 you laid, you only win half that. It's a reverse of true
Got it.
odds. You only win $100. You laid 2 to win 1. Why would you do that? I tell people, why did you do that when you knew you were going to lay 200? You know what you should have done? Take the whole 300,
Got it.
stack it, make it one bet. Guess what?
Yep.
You make an extra $100. That's
Yep.
why I tell people don't lay and do the same thing on the come bet when it goes to that number. I said don't lay odds. If you're gonna put 5, say it's a $5 table, and you put $5 and you're gonna lay $10. Let me see. No, 15. You have to lay 15 to win 10. So I said, why don't you just put the whole $20 up there, and then you'll win the whole 20 instead of laying.
So the upper tier up there is the odd bet.
The pass line bet and the odds is for it's called a right better.
Okay.
This is called a wrong better. I guess a casino likes saying, "Oh, you're wrong." That's no. This is a goodie when the table's bad. So these two here is the pass line odds, and then for the pass line, the other bet is the come bet, which is the worst bet on this table. This is the worst bet, and the casino teaches the pass line, then they teach you the come bet really quick, and I can show you that too. But okay, so for the don't pass, their come bet is the don't come bet. It's
Right.
the opposite of the come bet. So
Okay.
any of your bets go to here. So when you throw the dice, you make a come bet. Say the dice becomes 6, it goes to 6. You're allowing the dice to control your numbers. And then the don't, 6 comes out, his numbers go in back, this box, they go in the back on the 6. But he's looking for a 7, you're looking for a 6. Now the percentage and ratios in his favor that he's going to hit, the 7's going to come out.
Okay.
But now if 6 comes up, this person on the pass line wins that bet. The person that don't come, he loses it.
Got it.
And the other thing about the come bet, you can say no action. So in other words, a lot of don't players, they'll play 6 and 8. They say, okay, throw the dice, 6 come up, and they say no action. So the dealer doesn't pick it up and put it here because they know these come up the most. So they stay away from them. Now the 5 and 9 and the 4 and 10, they take those real quick and says go, and then they lay odds. And I'm like, better read my book.
Haha, right.
But you have any other questions? Because I want to any question you got.
Well, so if I were to have as a beginner of playing craps, if I wanted to approach a table, I got what I want to bet right now in my hand, and somebody else is going to, I'm not throwing the dice, somebody else is, I just walk up to the table, I want to put money down, how would I do that?
Okay, there's two things. If there's already a point, let me use $5. If there's already you walk up to the table and there's no point, you would place it here, pass line.
Okay.
Because there's no point. You got to put it
You
here.
have to bet that first anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, in the long run, you'll win more betting. A lot of people wait for a point. They don't like betting this because they don't like losing a 2-3-12. But I can show you how to hedge against that. So now what you do, if you came up and you see the 10, you go, oh yeah, I'm gonna bet that. You put it here, that's a no, because you came in after the number.
Right.
So if you put it here and 10 comes up, you win $5. But if you would have put it here, it's called a put bet on the line. You would have won 9 for the same $5. So instead of 5, you win 9. You win $4 more for just doing that. Now a lot of people go, oh, $9. Oh, you want to see something? I told them, let me show you this. 10, you come, oh, look at 10. Let me put this here. You win $100 if 10 comes out. Guess what? Just for doing this, $180. You win $80 more for doing that. And I
amazing.
show this at my parties, and people are looking at me. How come the dealers don't tell me that? I go, because they can't. In the casinos, they won't do it. Can you imagine? 500, 900.
Wow.
You're giving a casino $400 just because you don't have that knowledge.
Right.
And I teach that at my parties, and it's in my book how to do a after the point. It's called a put bet after, and there's other things. And the other bad thing about that is people go 100 here and 200 in the back. Guess what? They win 100 here. They win 100 here and 3 here. But if they put it here, they win 360. They win $60 more for just stacking
I'll
all
be darned,
of it right
that's
here.
huge. That's
Yeah,
huge,
it's just knowledge of how to make certain bets. There's a lot of good bets. There's a lot of bad bets. So, and I tell people on all my episodes, on craps. I said, personally, I don't play 6 and 8 because it comes up. There's 4 ways to hit that soft, and you lose these. There's only 2 ways to hit these soft,
Right.
because they pay more for here, but they come up more soft, so you lose it here. So I said, why would you do that? And
Wow.
there's people that play all of them before they even make a profit. I said, why would you do that? Especially these 2 numbers.
Right.
It's just, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of bets on here that you shouldn't be making. So and like we were talking about, well, it'll be in the next segment next week. What we talked about, we're going to be talking about roulette. The same thing on roulette. It's red and black is 47.37. It's not 50-50. Same thing with the field. If you have a bankroll, like on red and black, even and odd, if you stand there and you keep whatever you lose, like if you lose 5, same thing with roulette on red or black, even and odd. If you lose 5, you lose it, you replace it with 5. A lot of people put $10. That's wrong. You only lost 5. So you put 5, you lose 5, you got to replace it with 5. You lose that, now you're down 10. You have to put the 10. You lose that 10, you have to replace it with 10. Once you lose that 10, now you got to replace it with 20.
Right.
And then you win 20, no profit, but you got your money back. Guess what? You start all over until you win. You can actually have a bankroll. You can actually make some money on this on the field, but you have to have a bankroll
Right.
to do it. I got as high as 180. I lost. I had to replace a 180. It's the highest I've ever got, 180.
Wow.
I said I have to do it. It's got to come up. I had the capital to do it, so I just did. I won it, and people are going, look at, he won 100. I didn't win that. I got my money back.
Right.
And then
Exactly.
I said, screw it. Let me put 25. I won the 25, and I quit. It just. I mean, I quit betting that bet. Do you have any other question on any other bets?
I'd say that, of course, I played roulette mostly, but I've been in the same situation where I had to bet a lot of money just to break even. I wasn't making money. I was just getting my money back. I was
Right.
trying to get back to zero,
Right.
Yeah.
You can do that with like in horse racing or exotic bets. You
Yep.
can do that with craps if you want to play a hard number or a hopping number. Now, a hopping number, that's real hard, and I think it should pay more, but it doesn't. Like if you want to hop any hard number, which would be a 4, 10, 6, and 8, and a hard number would be a hard 8. You see that there? I guess that's a hard 8, and a hard 8, hard 4. It has to come up like that. There's only one way to hit this. There's not another 4 on any of this die. There's only one.
Wow.
So on one of my episodes, I talk about that, and it's 1 out of 36 combinations. But to me, so a ratio would be to hit this once, it'd be 35-1. Okay, I talk about in my episode, because there's not another 4, and there's how many sides on this clip?
6.
Thank you. How many sides on this?
6.
6. How many total?
There should be 12.
12.
Yeah.
I was talking to a mathematician and an engineer, and the engineer agreed. The mathematician went, he agreed everything I showed him until the end. And I said, you know what the ratio is of hitting this? He goes, it's 1 in 12. Because there's 12 sides. He goes, no, that's 1 out of 36. Yeah, 1 out of 36 combinations. But the ratio is 37-1, 35-1. I go, but I just told you there's only one way to. I can't. There's not another 5 on here. And I said, okay, now watch this. I said, you see the 5? Now set the 5 down. It's 5. Now how many sides? I told the mathematician there's 6. How many? What's the ratio of me throwing this to hit that other 5? It's 1 of 6.
That's right, yeah.
So now you're using the side. Why don't you use them when they're both? To me, that's a true ratio. And I understand what they're saying, but to me, that's a true ratio. On any hard number or aces and 12, there's only one way to do it. You can't. There's
Right.
none.
Exactly.
The percentage, the ratio is the same. But
Yep.
yeah, you can do this, and mathematically, you can bet this. I think on a 2 table, you can bet it up to 30 times before you're into the casino. So you can actually mathematically play this $1 or whatever denomination, $1, and try to hit it within the $30 it pays. This is supposed to pay you 35-1, but they don't do that. That's the percentage they already locked in for
Wow.
themselves. The house has already locked it in, and this is supposed to be paying the ace deuce and the 11 is supposed to be paying 17, but they only pay you 15.
So at 35, that's out of 100%. So it's 35, it's 105. So really, their percentages on that would be they're like an 85% chance that the casino will win. Basically, you have basically your real odds are about 85 to 15.
I try to do this.
Yeah.
It got really complicated because I was calculating. I think I had it was 0.85, and the other one for a 4 table and a 2 table. The other one was 0.81, and that's because they're keeping $5 that they're supposed to be paying. So they're
That's
so
8.1%, yeah.
the percentage
Yeah.
out of the $5 that they're keeping. But
Right.
but on a this is a 4. This is actually a 4 format because it says 34-year 1. So that means that when you win this bet, they give you 29.
Oh wow!
They don't give you 30.
So it's an extra point right there.
So that is what happens is if you was to actually play a horn bet, that's 4 bets. That's ace, deuce, aces, and 12 and 11. So you put $1 on each of those, and you win on a 4 table. It's 16.67% for the casino in the long run that they win. But
Right.
if it's a 2 table, it's 12.50%.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because it's to the bet, not for the bet. So a 4 bet, they keep all 4. 2 table, you lose 3 and keep 1. So that's why. But a lot of casinos, most of the tables are 4 tables. Now,
Okay.
if you see a table where it says 4 and it says 31 and 16, that even though it says 4, it's a 2 table. It's a 2 format.
Well, I have a question for you. So I've always heard that craps has got the best odds for the gambler. Basically, the house has like 1.5% overall odds of them winning. In other words, you're only suffering a 1.5% loss. I mean, a negative against the casino. Is that true?
Well, I don't go, and I don't think so. Is because because how many bets you bet, what kind of bets you making, how much you
Right,
bet.
exactly.
That would be the percentage because they're already, like I said, they're already set up. Like this one, the pass line is 1.41%. They make in the long run. That's what they make out of $100. It's $1.41. That's what they make in the long run off this bet. Now, a lot of people don't need to know this. Let me go. This is going to be weird. Let me go through this. Okay, if you bet $5 and say the point, it doesn't matter what the point is. If you bet $5, it's 1.41% for the casino in the long run. That's what they make. But if you put single odds, that 1.41% drops down to 0.84%, 84 cents
To the house?
for the house in the long run. If you put double odds, the house percentage drops to I think it's 0.60%, 60 cents. And then if you put full double odds, that would be the 6 and 8 because you get bet half. Like instead of 20, you can bet 25. So it's called full double odds, and that drops down to 0.57%. If
Wow.
if you 3, 4, 5, you know what you ever heard of 3, 4, 5? 3 times the bet, 4 times the bet, 5 times the bet in the back. Some casinos let you bet 5, 10, 100 times the odds.
Wow.
But people won't take them, but you can. Has nothing to do with the percentage, has nothing to do with you, but the percentage for the house drops. So if you bet, say you bet 5, well, we have bet, say you bet 100, and then you take 100 times odds. If you take 100 times odds, it drops down to 0.02, 2 cents they make.
Wow.
In the long run. But that's the long run. But that's because you're taking the maximum odds. You don't have to do that. And the percentage, that percentage, 2 cents, has nothing to do with you. You have to hit that point.
Right.
I don't care how
At
much
the end-
money you
At
make.
the end of the day, you guys still got to make that point. Yep.
And once you make a point, 7's your enemy. The ratio is 6 to 3 for the casino. This is 6 to 4, and this is 6 to 5. So that's the ratio on these numbers that you're betting. The house percentage is already locked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, so let me see. So, yeah, the 0.10, 5. What was I going to say on this? bet. Now, like I said, if the point is 10, you bet 100 here and 100 here, you win 100 here, you win 200 here. So it's the opposite. You're going to lay the 200 to bet here, and you get 100. It's the opposite. So if you ever want to memorize odds and true payouts, all you got to do right better is true odds. You only have to learn one. Learn the pass line and pass line true odds. So whatever you learn here, if you bet here, just reverse them, and you'll know what the payout is.
Okay.
You only have
Got
to
it.
learn one. Just like I had to
Got
learn
it.
4, 5, 6. I didn't have to learn 8, 9,
Right,
10. 'cause
exactly.
They're
Yep.
the same.
Exactly, yeah.
So I learned half.
Wow, that's amazing. You simplified that drastically. Thank you.
Yep. So you have any more questions on craps?
So I've just, I guess it's folklore evidently. The talk that I hear about how much the odds are so slight in the casino's favor. I wonder how they. Have you ever heard that before? I mean, I've heard. 20 years I've been in Vegas.
The odds of what?
That the odds are less for the house on roulette. I'm sorry, on craps. But I wonder how they got that. I mean, I've heard that from different sources everywhere. I mean,
Okay, I'm wondering because this is why I say taking odds. A lot of dealers say this. The house, they tell all the players, the house has no advantage on this bet, and
Okay.
that's what maybe I don't know what you heard, but yes, they do. I just said 6-3 in the casino. You have to win it first.
Right.
It's already 6 for them and 3 for you. So I don't care how much you win. You got to hit it first. The house has no advantage on the payout on true odds, but they do have an advantage you trying to hit the number itself.
Yep.
So that's a percentage. Yeah, all these have all different percentages, and they're all built in for the casino. Like I said, this is supposed to pay 35, and they only give you 30. This pays 17, only gives you 15. Now on the field bet, a lot of people love playing this because they look at all these numbers, but the ratio is 20 for the casino and only 18 for you.
Wow.
There's only it's 18 for you and 20 for the casino, and this on percentage is 44.45% to win. To lose at 55.56% to lose.
Okay.
So the numbers are missing are 5, 6, 7, and 8 that are missing on here.
Wow.
So there's I think it's called what do they call it? The T. What is it? The Iron Cross. Yeah, they bet. Let me see. 5, 6, 8, and down here, if it's a $5 table, they'll play 5, 6, 8. And then they'll put 5 here. So if you don't hit any of these numbers, or you might hit 9 and 10, and you'll win here and here. If you hit 5, 6, 8, you'll lose this, but you'll win here.
Gotcha.
But you know what? I stay away from all that stuff. I want to play craps and use money management and hedge betting.
Okay.
Hedge betting is the greatest move in craps. So Aaron, why don't we run that the skateboard? Okay, we're going to take a commercial here. I'm going to get back to the craps and the hedge betting. Aaron here, help me. I shot a trailer, and Aaron's want to do the editing. If you have any editing you want to do for any project, Aaron here can do that. He put my music, and he touched up some of the shots that I shot, and it came out really great. What we're looking for is funding for the trailer for the movie. So Aaron, go ahead.
We have
back here. Yeah, if anybody's interested in funding, that's what we're looking for funding. You can leave your number here with Aaron. You want to be executive producer, associate producer, co-producer. We're looking for funding to do this movie. It's a skateboard movie, but it's not about skateboarding. Anybody seen Kingpin? A lot of bowling. It was a story. Same thing with this. There's skateboarding, but there's a real good story. I got some real good kudos from Disney. I accidentally talked to a lady from Disney, and she wished me luck, but she said this is something we would have done, but they don't take unsolicited material, so she just wished me luck. Okay, now Cliff here asked me a question on hedge betting. I mean, on this bet, and I told him, well, people don't want to make this bet because they're afraid 7 coming out. Okay, for every $5 you bet on the pass line, let's see if this sticks. $5 on the pass line, and you're afraid of losing this bet, you would take $1 and don't put it there. This doesn't have it. There's a C&E, craps in 11. I would put it here. It's called any craps. Make sure the dealer, when you throw $1 down, say any craps, watch them, because a lot of times they'll put it on craps. Because if it's a 4 table and you put it here on C, which is any craps, 2, 3, 12, if it's a 4 table, they're going to give you 6 for the bet, because it's for the bet, not to the bet. It pays 7 to 1. So if you put it here, it's 8 for 1, or it'll say 7 to 1. It doesn't matter. It always pays $7. So you would put $1 here, tell the dealer, because you can't do it. This is off limits to the people. This is the dealer's domain. So for $5, for every 5, you bet $1. So if 2, 3, 12 comes out, you lose this bet, but you win 7. So you get your 5 back and you make a $2 profit, and you still have your bet up. If you bet $10, now I'm doing this because it won't stick on there, so I'm putting it in here. So this is actually stacked. So you bet $10. Now you gotta give him $2. Let's see if that sticks. So if 7 comes out, you lose the $10. You lose the $2, but you win 10 here. But if 2, 3, 12 comes out again, which it has quite a bit, 3 times to me, a couple of times, I lose the 10, but I have my $2 here. It pays 14. So I get my 10 back. I make a $4 profit, and I still have my $2. And I can actually take this down. Now that's called hedge betting or hedge betting, just in case you don't want to lose. Okay, this is really important. Once you go to 15, you stay off any craps. There's another bet, and it would be it's the way I'm going to stick it on here is not exactly. It actually goes like that. And now you're betting ace, deuce, aces, and 12. So it looks like that, and you don't bet this no more. Once you go to 15, you go here. So on a 4 table, this will pay 12. This will pay 27. So you make $27 if you're 15. So you lose 15, but you make 27.
Oh.
So and on a 2 table, you'll win 13, and this one will pay you 28. So, but that's in my book. You can go to my book. My book's here. It's in the book Winning Ways. You can get it on Amazon, Google Play. You can Kindle it. I suggest you get it on the phone because you'll have it everywhere you go. You're in the casino. You don't want to be sitting back and going through the book at the table. You know, it's going to look really funny. So you can look normal, go scrolling through your phone and looking it up. So I suggest you get it on your phone. You'll have it anywhere you go. Okay, Cliff, you have any more questions on craps?
Let me take a look here.
Any of the bets?
How about the numbers, the big red numbers on the end? It says big.
Oh, yeah. The casino, big 6, big red.
Yeah.
Big 6, big 8. The casino's actually taking these out.
Oh.
If you was to put $5 here, you win $5. If you was to put $6 here, you win $6. So if you put the $6 here, you'll win 7. You'll win an extra $1 for putting it here instead of here.
Okay.
And this is 9.09% in the long run the casino makes on this bet. They're just taking this out. I guess since the percentage and the ratio is higher for 7 to come out, they're taking this out and they're kind of making the people bet the extra $1 here. But I've never cared for that bet. Some people are afraid, they don't know what's going on up there, so they just put it here.
Okay.
But these are the two numbers that come up the most.
Okay.
6 and 8. Yeah, I told this story on one of my episodes. It might have been with Gypsy on part 2, or episode 2. Yeah, there was a guy that lived here when I was here in 1996. Even though I look 29, there was a guy who used to come in and bet 600 and 600, 600, and he had a bankroll. And when he win it, he gets 700, take his money down, and go pay his mortgage. They knew the guy. He came in every month and did that. And I asked the guy, what was that about? He goes, he comes in every month, and he doesn't quit until he wins. I said,
Wow.
what happens if he loses 2-3? He says, he's got the money. So it's things you can do.
You gotta have the payroll. Yeah.
But look what how many people you got to know have $1,200 to do that. But yeah, so yeah, they're taking that out. Any questions about now all these they pay double. Now this is funny. You think that this would have been triple because usually one of these are triple. That's why it's circled, or even though it's circled, it pays double. But on this bet here is 5.56% for the casino in the long run. But if this says aces or 12, if it says pays triple, it drops down to 2.78%.
Okay.
That for the casino in the long run. But it has nothing to do with you. It's 5-4 for you to hit it, or 20-16 to hit it. So that's the ratio. The ratio is 20 for the casino and only 16 for you. So I see a lot of people go broke playing this. I'd be real careful because they don't know how money managed. Like I said, lose 5, bet 5. Now you're down 10, bet 10. No, they don't do that. They get all pissed off and put their whole stack on there, and they lose that.
Wow.
Any other bet? There's a 7. Now I can see it. Yeah, this bet here, you can make this bet anytime you want. Matter of fact, when I do this, when I start out, if it's a $5 table, sometimes I'm just screw around. I put $5 there, and you can put $2 here if you want.
Okay.
So if I put 5 here, I win 5. But if I put it here, I win 20.
Wow.
And I still have my $5. I
Wow.
can take it down. So yeah, it's 5 for 1, but it always pays 4 to your 1. It always pays 4. So $1 will pay you 4. You can use this to hedge bet too.
Okay.
Now, when I go into hedge betting, on the 6-8, the pass line and odds, I'll hedge bet here at $34, and then I'll put 10 here on the 7, and I'll put $4 on the 12, and I'll put $1 here and $4 here, and then you go through the book and you see why you do it. You're hedge betting, and people think, oh, look, here comes a don't player. And I tell them, no, I'm the don't player, because I'm not really a don't player. I'm a right better, but I'm hedge betting when they get a point. And I'm not going to really go into that here because we don't have a lot of time. But you can see it in the book, and they'll show you how it cuts your losses down a lot.
So I've noticed that your hedge betting is a lot smaller at bets than your normal bet, right?
Yeah, you hedge betting means that you're cutting down your losses. That's all you're doing. So, like I said, you bet $1. You're only betting $1.
Exactly.
So you lose 5, you win 7. You made a $2 profit. Yeah, same thing here. On the hard ways, I stay away from 6 and 8. This is my favorite hard point. The percentage and ratio is the same on these two, 4 and 10. Now, what I do is I tell people, because they got to be playing these. They want to win more money. And we all do. But the percentage ratio is against you to do that. So I say, I put $1 here, okay? So if I win the hard 4, what I do, I win 7. It always pays 7. These always pay 7. What I do is I take the $7 and I put $1 here, $1 here, $1 here, if you got to be playing these, and I make a $4 profit. But I took it from my profit, not my pocket. So that's what I taught. And then I've got a question. It's on, I think, I don't know if it's 5, my 5th episode. Yes, this is hard to come up. And if I lose it, I bet the 4. So if I bet a $5 table, if I bet 5 here, and I bet 5 here, if soft 4 comes out, I lose the hard. Because if you hit the soft 6, 8, and 10, you lose it the hard way. So it has to come up like this. So a soft 4 would be 3-1-1-3. So you lose this bet. So what I do for if I'm betting, say I'm betting $1, so I win 9 here, and I'll take one of those dollars and put it back here.
Got it.
So I'm using, I'm actually that's hedge betting.
Got it.
A lot of people hedge bet, they don't even know it. You got any questions about? Well, this is the proposition bets. That's what this
Okay.
is. This is.
Okay, interesting. I think you've explained it pretty well. It is complicated. I can see you do multiple things on here. I was always wondering how do you even approach a table, because it looks very intimidating. I mean, I didn't realize that what you told me today is that this is just the table is right here. It's one half of the table.
Right.
So it's so all I have to worry about is trying to figure out how to bet this one side here,
Right.
and then. Yeah, I've got it. I'd feel comfortable betting that. I mean, I'd walk it up and do at least one bet, my first bet anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if you're when you're starting out, I tell people usually go to a local, see if there's a $5 table or downtown, and put $5 here. The percentage and ratios in your favor, you're going to hit a
There you go.
7-11. If not, you're going to hit a point. So say you hit a point. So the first thing you do is you take odds. A lot of people start going, oh, give me the, and they forget about their odds. So say if the point is 6 and you got 5 here, put 5 back here. And then since you already have the 6, because the puck is always this bet. So you have the 6 covered, you give them $6 and they'll put it on the 8. And then you want to pick 5 or 9. You always play 3 numbers. That's half
Okay.
the board. Always 3 numbers.
Okay.
You can take the 5 or 9. It doesn't matter. The percentage of ratio is the same. I always play a 9 first.
Okay.
I just do. I always play a 9. So I got 6, 8, 9 covered, and it's $6 and $5.
So you always want to play the 6 and 8, no matter what, right?
No matter what, 6 and 8.
Because they're your best odds, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, to remember that, I tell people if the point is 6, surround the 6. So now you got 5, 6, 8. If
Okay.
the point becomes 8, surround the 6.
Okay.
The ratio and the percentage is the same.
Right.
But it's funny because sometimes you'll see, well, I bet the 5. And that 9 came up 6 times already, damn. Hey, it doesn't matter. I always bet the 9. I was at Circa, I guess 2 weeks ago, and the damn 5 kept coming up. But you have to be disciplined. Don't take extra money and bet the 5 because it's coming up.
Right, of course.
There's a guy over there jumping off stratosphere, and you're you going to go do it too because 4 or 5 people are doing it? No. You got to wait. So the other thing is, so you're betting 6, and 6 is 12, and then you got 5 here, say points 9, you got 5, and then you got another 5. No, this actually would be 6. This is an odd number. So you would have to put $6 in the back.
Okay.
To pay true odds. If you don't, $5 will pay $7.50. The casino don't pay out 50 cents, so
Oh, wow.
they would give you They would give you for $5, they give you $7. So if you put the other $1, they're going to give you the 50 cents plus the $1. So now you make 9.
Wow.
So but that's in the book. You can learn it. You'll learn all that. All you got to remember is odd, even. All the other numbers don't matter. So now you're
got it.
betting. You got. You know what? Let's make it easy. Let's make it. The point is 6. So you go 5 and 5, and then you put 6 here and 5 here. So now you got 5, 10, 15, 21. So that's 21. No, it should be 22. No, oh, that's because the point's 9. It would have been 9. So say you got $21. Do not, like I said, the fight keeps coming up. Do not play any more bets because you got to get your initial money back first before you do anything else. Once you get all your initial bet, your initial money you put down, you get that first, and then you could either start pressing bets. Because if you have $6, that's the starting unit, $6. Now you can press it up to 12. So now instead of 7, you'll make 14.
Got
And
it.
you can keep pressing, but always press one unit.
Okay.
So don't go like some people, they'll bet 6 and win 6 and they'll press it immediately. Why are you doing it? You haven't even got your initial investment back
Okay.
first. Why would you do that? And the other thing that they do wrong, and I did this on one of my, I don't know, what was it, 5 or 6 episode. Say I got 6 comes out. Now you got 12 here, and then 6 comes up again. Now you got 18. Well, what people do is they go, well, why don't you take that extra 7, give them $6 and make this 12 just like this? Don't do that. I want them both the same. Don't do that because this
Okay.
might not even come up. It happened to me. The 8, I think it was the 8 didn't come up. The 6 kept coming up, and the 8 never came up. But I kept, this one was at $12, and I had this one at 30
Okay.
because it kept coming, the 6 kept coming up. But I already got my initial investment back first before I start pressing bets. You can press bets. Once you get all your initial investment back, you can take another number or press.
Okay.
And you can also regress these bets. If this is $30, it's a $5 table, you can regress. I say I want to make the 6 look like $6.
Okay.
So they'll make it $6, and they'll give you what's left out of the 30.
Okay.
And that's called regressing your bets. You can do that too.
I've always seen people that somehow they win big money at craps. How they get the multiple? I mean, how does it multiply so quickly like that? I've just seen the biggest wins I've ever seen. I think on tables have been on craps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mob used to play craps like. The reason why it's either more likely it's what they started with. It doesn't matter when I go to a table. I'm playing my normal bet. If it's a $10 table, I always play the minimum because the percentage is in the casino's favor of you losing your initial bet. You have to get all your initial investment back first before you start taking numbers. You have to get that initial bet back first.
So they're just getting lucky then.
No, it's okay. When I start out with $12.6, $12.8, points 9, and I go 10 and 10, there's people that are playing across the board, which is a mistake. They'll go 25. They'll go 25, 25, 30, 30, 25, 25. They go 25 and 50. They're already up. That's 200 something bucks, and already, and they start making money. The table that happened to me at Circa, but they started making money. There was a guy. He walked up to the table. I was playing green, and a lot of guys, everybody was playing black. When I got there, it was at the Hilton. I was playing green, and I already won from another table. So I went over there, and I just started playing green. And I was looking around. Everybody's playing black. I look like the cheapskate here. And then some guy walked up about 10 minutes later after I was playing. The table was pretty good. He throws his card down, which is, you can do that. You have a marker. You can go to the cage, come in with whatever, 1,000. I mean, well, you can do 1,000, 50,000, 100,000, and put it in the cage as a marker. Now, if you leave it there and go home, you'll get airline tickets. They'll get free hotel. They want that because that's not their money. That's your money. Right. You left it as a marker. So you go up to the table, you throw your card down, and it says, give me, he said, give me 20,000. And I went like this. Did I hear that right? He goes, give me 20,000. And then everybody stopped. They got a little pissed off because he stopped the game. But you know what? I said, I got to see this. So he gives him 20,000. He says, give me all purple, which was 500s, and give me 2,000. A stack of 20 was black. So he starts playing purple. He went across the board.
Oh,
he
wow.
went across the board, and then I think he was playing all the hard numbers. I think these were $500. And you know what? The table got on fire as soon as this guy came. He was up in, I think it was probably 25 minutes. He was up 80 grand. $80,000. He still had his 20. You know what he did? He got on the phone, he backed up, and I go, man, I hope he ain't calling his wife. So what happened was, it's funny because when he's 7 out, he walked back up to the table, he started betting. Guess what? The table went like, wrong. He not only lost the 80,000, he lost his 20,000. He was so amazed, banging the table, and I was looking at the guy across. I was going, as soon as he lost, he had 80,000. He should have put the 20,000, bought the marker back. What he should have done, and played. Once he started losing 10% of that, that's $8 grand. Or what was that? Less than $8 grand. Anyway, he should have put the rest. Kept it and played with that. If he lost that, he should have walked away.
True. Yep.
To lose $80,000 and his marker.
I would always play with my initial bet. That's like my budget for that day. So if I double my money, I'd put the money in, put my profit in my pocket, and continue playing with the original money. I mean, the original whatever it might be.
Well, what you do? Say you bought it for, let's say $100, and you say you made $200. And now you got a total of 3 because that's your original 100. Okay, what you do is you start losing, I say 20% of the 200. Once you lose that, put your original 100 in your pocket.
Okay.
And what you do is now you break that down and take out 20% of that and put that profit in your pocket and play with that.
Okay.
If you lose that, walk away.
Got it.
So a lot of people can't do it.
Yeah,
and
so-
and I'm not talking about a couple hundred. There's people that I've seen win 1,500, 2,000 in front of me, 3,000, and I see them getting all pissed off because they're losing. They start betting everything triple, and the table's just doing
Wow.
this. You can hedge bet against that. I show you in my book how to hedge bet again. Once the table gets bad, you can actually hedge bet against those bets. You can either lay a bet, like okay, when you come up to the table, when there's no point, a lot of people don't know this. When there's no point, the game's barely set out. And you want to play the pass line, and there's no point. You're looking for 7-11 to win. Yeah, to win this, but you can lay the 4 and 10 because they're 63 in the casino's favor. They're going to be 63 for you too because if 7 comes out on a lay bet, you're going to win these 2 bets. So if you put 100 here to lay and 100, I'm just saying 100 here, it's half the bet. So if 7 comes out, because 7's set up
Right.
7 to come out,
Yep.
you're going to win this bet and you're going to win the 2 lays, which is 4 and 10. And when there's no point. So if it comes out, you're going to win 50 for your 100 and 50 win $100 minus the vig, which would be $5.
So if you knew what you do, that 20,000 would have lasted a lot longer. What the spiral down would have lasted a lot longer.
Money management skills
Yeah.
were horrible.
for sure.
I was on a table one time. I think it was. I only been out there a couple of times. What do they call it? Fetties. What's it called? That casino way out there. There's 2 of them. I think they're closed on
On the 15?
what is it? Rancho Road or what's that road? The
yes.
Fiesta. Was it Fiesta?
No, Fiesta in Texas.
Yeah, Fiesta. I went out there to play because I never been there before, and I bought him for $100. I was just screwing around. There was a guy who came in and bought him for $5,000. They were watching him, not me. And I was betting and I was winning. You know what he did? He went across the board,
Oh, wow.
and as soon as he won one, as soon as he hit, he pressed me up, all the way up. And I was like, man, what's this guy doing? He meant all these bets. I think it was 100 across. I think it was 200, 300 across. And he pressed it up. And I said, why is he pressing that to 6 when he hasn't even got his original investment back? Tick, press me up. And I'm going, gee, this guy's crazy. 7 out. He had to start all over.
Wow.
And that 5,000 was, and I kept winning. When we quit, he lost $5,000 there because he was playing the whole 5. He kept pressing. He lost 5,000. On my $100, I won $135 profit. I got my 100 back plus. I was actually watching him, but I was watching what I was doing, and I said, "What an idiot! You should have gotten your. You don't do that. Poor money management skills." That was another guy I knew. I lost $10,000 at Binion's. I knew the guy. He bets all the time at Samstown. I bought him for 200. He bought him for 10 grand. I lost 200. He lost 10,000. I didn't even think about my 200. I kept saying $10,000. What's on? Poor money management skills. It was horrible. I can tell. There's some horror stories in this town. I can tell you.
Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah. What do we got, Aaron?
1 minute.
What you?
Less than a minute.
Anything else?
I think you covered everything. I actually feel confident walking in and laying my first $1 down.
Yeah, you can go downtown or a $5 table, and
Yeah.
like I said, wait for a point. 7-11, you win. Don't forget to take odds
Got it.
and play 6-8. It's it. That's all you got to do.
Hey, thank you very
in the
much.
Beginning. Yeah, no problem. Okay, I want to say goodbye here. Tune in next week. You see Cliff again, and we'll talk more about the game of craps, blackjack, and roulette. And I want to thank Aaron. Thank you very much, Aaron, for having us. And I'll see you next week on Full Tilt Vegas.